Hey guys, it's your host Xander. I'm here with my dad, and today we got a jam-packed agenda. We're gonna go around the league and talk about the best teams in each conference. Then we will hit on a chef out west that's cooking right now. Also, things got a little chippy between a Joker and a Twin. And an interesting boxing match to talk about as well. So stay tuned for an awesome episode of Hoops R Us. Alright, let's take a trip to the East. So the top teams in the East are one, the Wizards. The Wizards are in first place in the East, and Westbrook is not even on that team.
That's unbelievable. Who's even on the Wizards?
Oh, Montrezl Harrell.
Ooh.
Bradley Beal. Kuzma as well. Yeah, Kuz. He's doing his job. Last game he had 22 points.
Wow.
Spencer Dinwiddie. It's a pretty good.
That's true.
Yeah.
They got Dinwiddie. How'd they get Dinwiddie?
I think off of that Harden trade, the three-way or something. Yeah, it was like off of a three-way they did it.
Wow.
That's a pretty good team, actually. Honest, it's kind of like solid.
They're
like,
balanced. I mean,
yeah.
when you take Westbrook out of the equation and you put some players that play their position.
Yeah, like Westbrook wants to be a center. Then next thing you know, he wants to be a shooting guard. It's like all over the place.
So I'm very surprised about the Wizards. Are you?
Yeah, I mean, Bradley Beal, looks like he's doing a great job as well. That's the best player on the Wizards.
That was the problem. When you had Westbrook and Beal on the same team, you had two people that
doesn't match.
Yeah, they were both scorers.
Yeah,
like, you need somebody that's going to be your scorer, somebody that's going to be your rebounder, somebody that can be your scorer off the bench, somebody on the wing. You got to be balanced.
Yeah. The Bulls are tied with them.
The Bulls are the real deal. We talked about this on the first episode.
It's so funny. It's just, they're not even a joke though. Actually, like they're actually like doing good. Like, oh my god, I can't even like.
Well, let's talk about what has been their most significant win.
They just beat Luka last game.
There you
go. They just beat Luka. Tomorrow they're facing the G-Dub. That's going to be hard for them because, the Warriors.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be a real good game.
They beat the Knicks. They lost the 76ers twice. They beat the Brooklyn Nets.
That's the most significant win right there. So they beat the Brooklyn Nets.
God dang.
So if they ever needed validation, that's it right there. They just beat the team that's supposed to go to the championship this year.
True. They also beat the Jazz, who are second in the West.
Ooh, there we go. Well, let's take a look.
All right, so the Western Conference, the Warriors, best team in the league and the best team in the Western Conference. The hardest, probably the toughest conference right now.
I mean, first of all, I think it might be a little more balanced nowadays.
Yeah, that's true.
The Warriors are looking good.
Exactly.
I'm not going to lie.
But the problem is, Stephen A. Smith said they only have one significant win, and that was against the Lakers.
Yeah, but you know what? You got to pile on these games that you should win, and that's the problem. Many of these top teams, they don't win the games that they're supposed to win. So the Warriors are winning the ones that they're supposed to win. Even if they split the quote-unquote significant wins, it is what it is. They're going to be in a pretty good spot. And we're forgetting they're still missing their second-best player.
Yep.
So this is a blessing in disguise because while Thompson is out, they're developing all these other scorers and all these other players that are riding on some high confidence right now.
True. And my boy Curry, can we admit, is on fire.
I mean, are we ready to talk about Chef Curry, or who's the second best team? We'll get to Curry in a second.
All right. Second best team is Utah. Utah is Utah. Like, they're kind of boring.
Yeah, but you know what? So Rudy Gobert.
Even LeBron James said that no one plays with Utah Jazz in NBA 2K.
Yeah, whatever. But you know what? Rudy Gobert is off to a really good start.
Oh, yeah.
Like we were pounding on Gobert. Remember last year when we talked about it, I think it was season 3 during the All-Star, that we said if there's somebody to kick out, it'll be Rudy.
True, yeah.
So I think Rudy's starting off this season with a chip on his shoulder because he got a lot of pressure for being kind of that extra guy in the All-Star team.
Yeah, and Gobert is kind of a drama guy too. Like, he was the reason why the NBA, got suspended because of that COVID situation.
Yeah,
eventually it was going to get suspended, but, could have been sooner, correct?
Yeah, but he underestimated the situation of COVID, and it was just not a good look for him.
I mean, he made all of his teammates pretty much COVID. He made them all get COVID-19, which was messed up.
It's incredible. But I know you can't wait. I know you're itching. So let's talk about your boy, the chef, Salt Bay, out there in the west of San Francisco by the Golden Gate, Mr. Steph Curry.
So, Steph Curry dropped 50 on Trae Young's bald head, right? He dropped 36 against Memphis. He still lost, but it was in overtime. He's the second in the MVP race right now, behind the so-called best player in the league, Kevin Durant.
I mean, I'm surprised that Durant. First of all, why are we even talking about MVPs already?
True.
Let's be honest. True. But Steph Curry is killing it. Steph Curry is now, 33 years old, I want to say?
33, yeah.
33.
And he looks like he's 22.
I think he looks like he's in his prime. I think this is the best Steph Curry we're ever going to see. He's moving.
We've seen this for 7 years, though.
Can we admit that? Dropping 40 and 50?
Yeah, 2016 was the definition of that.
You sure?
40s and 50s was Stephen Curry. Curry averaged 30 a game. That's hard to do. I mean,
I guess
nowadays
now
everybody
it looks like he's doing it so
stuff.
much easier. It just feels easier. It feels like
True.
He's getting more open shots. It doesn't look like he's dribbling and cracking people left and right. He's just getting open. And it's these shots are so easy. How come there's not a body on this guy?
Yeah. I mean, no one can really guard him, though. He's so good, off the ball. His spacing is just amazing. He gets open, and he crosses people, and he doesn't even have the ball yet. That's the funny part. He crosses NBA players, and he doesn't have the ball. It's like he's playing tag with them.
You know what? But I will tell you, to your point, Kevin Durant is up there in that conversation because he's leading the league right now, averaging 29.5. And the Greek Freak, what's up with the Bucks?
The Bucks are a little of a bust. They're acting like a bust team right now. They're not acting like they just won a championship.
You know what? I think it's the opposite.
Team does that.
I think they are. They just went to the White House, so they were just celebrating at the White House.
Every NBA team does that.
I know, but you know what? They're still celebrating. They're still riding high on that championship,
True.
And they deserve it. All championship teams start slow, and you know why? Because they play longer than every other team in the NBA. So
True.
They took their vacations later. They had to recover later. They had to rest a little later. So it takes time. So they're going to be off to a slow start, but I think they'll be fine.
I mean, they're only in 8th place as well. They're doing better than the Celtics, who are such a drama team right now. I mean, we have that Marcus Smart. Remember we said last episode how he was telling, Brown, to pass the ball, actually, and to Tatum.
Well, they had a players-only meeting. How'd that go? They did win the next game after that.
Yeah, but is it worth it? Because Jaylen Brown's injured, so they can't really, test it out, him actually passing and stuff. And yeah, the Celtics are doing bad. And the Bucks, they're not horrible either. But, the Knicks are doing better than the Bucks. The Cavaliers are doing better than the Bucks. The Cavaliers are in 5th place. They're 7-5.
I mean, well, Sexton just went down with an injury, so That's bad timing. Looks like that's going to wear off pretty quickly. Yeah,
but Jarrett Allen, though, and Evan Mobley, the rookie that they have, they both been, doing their job.
Speaking of rookies, Jalen and Cade.
Oh,
oof.
Yo, why Jalen is trying to make it personal though? I don't get it. Caden is over there just acting like he's so innocent. You know how players are now, always want to flop, be nice to everybody. And Jalen's so aggressive.
Yes.
He wants to dunk on this kid's head.
Yes.
It's whoa.
Yes. That's what we need. Stop all this friendly crap.
Okay.
That's what we need. I like Jalen's game. I like that he's not scared of nobody. He is confident. And he's not trying to be best friends with Cade. He sees him as, you're the competition because you were what?
First pick.
Exactly. I wasn't first pick. You were first pick. I'm going to drop this dunk on your head.
And they still lost the Rockets, though.
Yeah, listen, but still, wins and losses don't matter as much when you're a rookie.
That's true. But let's see. Jalen Green had 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Cade had 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. So it
telling
looks like
you.
it was pretty good battle.
Oh, that's gonna be that's gonna be the next, like LeBron versus Carmelo. Remember when they both came in the league, and it
That's
was
true.
like when LeBron plays Carmelo, it's like a big deal.
But they weren't like chipping at each other. They ended up becoming a group with Dwayne
why
Wade.
is that? Because Mr. Banana Boat wants to be friends with everybody, But I like this kid Jalen's attitude. I like the aggressiveness. I like what he's about right now.
Yeah, and the Rockets have another rookie, Josh Christopher. He's like a famous Instagram guy, but he's
What was his name on Instagram?
Jacob,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, Jacob.
What pick was he? So they got Jalen Green. He was like the prize.
Yeah, I think he was.
I know he was early in the first round too.
24th pick.
So you know what's interesting? So obviously Cade went to college, but Jalen didn't. Jalen went straight to the G League. Yeah, so interesting.
You can do that, though?
You can now. Yeah, so now the G League.
Oh, wait, no. Before, you would just skip all G League and college, and you could just come from high school before, right?
So they changed that rule. You had to do at least 1 year in college.
Why would they change it?
Well, first of all, I think it's a money scam, first and foremost. But second, there's pros and cons to it, right? So the pros of it were that kids get to develop 1 more year. That way they don't go straight from high school to the pros, because for every one LeBron James that should go from high school to the pros, there's like 100 that are filled with lies in their heads from their agents that are just trying to make money, that say, oh, you're ready. Suddenly they make it to the league and they flop and their careers are over.
Pretty much.
Whereas by going to college, they get to develop a little more, get a little smarter, and, they have a better chance of being successful. The cons are,
it's boring.
Then you have the LeBron James of the world, where you know that they're just going to go to college for 1 year. So who benefits? The colleges, because they get a superstar for 1 year that everybody wants to watch on TV. And that's really what it's about. So the G League is like that medium in between, where you can just go to the G League. You're playing with grown men. I was actually at a G League game last night.
Yeah, with
the Long Island Nets.
Yeah, versus the
and
Wizards G League.
The Capital City Go-Go's. It was pretty cool. Remember Greg Monroe?
Yeah.
So Greg Monroe, former All-Star.
Uh-huh.
He's
an All-Star?
He was a former All-Star when he was in the Pistons, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
And Greg Monroe was there. He's part of the Capital City Go-Go's.
Wait. Greg Monroe, the guy who was like the best player on the Bucks just like 5 years ago, is in the G League.
Yes. Well, actually, I think he was probably in his prime. He
never made the All-Star. He never made the All-Star.
Well, he was borderline probably, but he was like a double-double type of guy. But it was kind of sad to see, to be honest with you, because think about it. He was a starting 5, obviously, in the NBA. He was at the cusp of being an All-Star. And I think the game just evolved past him. And it's not just him. Think about it.
We got guys like...
What true centers are really out there? Think about that for a second.
True centers? What do you mean
a center?
True center?
A true center means I'm here to rebound. I'm here to pass to just play defense, and I'm only going to get post up and layups.
No center does that. Who does that? Not even in your times. Who does that? Shaq scores. Shaq had to carry his
No, but
team.
even that, think about it. There's no scoring big men down low anymore.
Yeah, Jokic is not a scoring big man. He's not a scoring big man?
No, I don't mean scoring. Think about Jokic's game. It's on the outside. He brings the ball down. The guy plays point guard.
All right, how about Embiid?
Embiid is probably the closest, but Embiid can shoot a 3-ball. Embiid can shoot a 3-ball. He can shoot from outside. He can shoot a jump shot, period. Embiid does not always have his back to the basket. That's what I'm trying to say.
What are you trying to prove, though? Like, what do you mean centers are...
So Greg Monroe, as an example, was a true big man, which is mostly rebound, putbacks, and scoring around the basket. Nowadays, people like Embiid, who's the best center in the game, along with Jokic.
Whoa. Embiid's the best center?
Okay, who is? Jokic.
The guy who just won MVP last year.
All right, Embiid and Jokic are right there in terms of best centers in the game. The only reason that Joker probably got MVP over him is because Embiid got injured. But Embiid had that MVP in his pocket. True. That being said, look at their game. They're able to dribble the ball up top. They're able to take a jump shot from the key.
Embiid can do that.
Embiid can shoot a shot from the key, Sander. He can shoot jump shots. What are you talking about?
How about Carl Anthony Towns?
He has also got a jump shot from outside. Like, they're not just posting up.
Vucevic?
Right.
Especially
Slow down. So now, think about a game. When you're watching a basketball game and you're looking at the center, what are they mostly doing? They're stepping out. They're a stretch 5. They're moving out. They're dribbling a little more. They're outside on the perimeter. They're not just sitting in the paint like Shaq used to. You use Shaq, right? Mm-hmm. Shaq was never, and I mean the word never, by the key or by the 3-point line. He was never there. He was always down low around the key. So people like Greg Monroe, that was their game. Down low around the key, Andrew Bynum,
Who do you think introduced that then to centers?
I mean, look
Hakeem?
at no. I'm talking about like right now. People like Anthony Davis, people like Embiid, people like Jokic. They're versatile. They're not just down low asking for the ball. They're getting the ball up top and making a move if they have to, and running the offense through them. So the traditional big man is like, look at Wiseman. You tell me. How's Wiseman doing?
He got injured.
Well, how was he doing before that?
Not good.
Why is that? He can't stretch the floor. I bet he would have been a much better player if he would have had a jump shot. So you're telling me
Wiseman is a true center?
Kind of, right now, at least from what I've seen. I've never seen him step out. He's there to play defense and rebound. I think Rudy Gobert's probably the most truest center that we have right now, and he's struggling to score.
He can't shoot.
You see that? So that's what I'm trying to say. It's interesting, but the game is just evolving. Now you have these stretch 4s and 5s that make it very difficult to just be a rebounding big man.
I guess. So I want to talk about Carmelo Anthony. So
Melo,
your guy in the Lakers is over here dropping 29 points. And I'm trying to tell him this is not New York. Like you're mixing up your teams.
Carmelo Anthony. Doing? Let's have a moment to appreciate Carmelo Anthony. I mean, you just said it. We haven't seen this Carmelo since the New York Knicks. How come you think he's having such a good game right now?
I mean, he's old. The guy's 37. He's older than LeBron. And like LeBron's over here getting injured. But he's not such a driver either.
He's a jump shooter.
He's a jump shooter. Like,
he's always. There was a time where Carmelo Anthony was the best offensive player in the league. Like right before Durant.
That's hard though. Like, hear me out. That's hard because Melo's times is like Kobe in his prime, and then when Kobe was not in his prime and Melo was in New York, that's LeBron's prime. Then we got KD.
Exactly. Hold on. You just said it. That's LeBron's prime. LeBron has never been considered the best offensive player in the game. LeBron is considered the best player in the game, not the best offensive. LeBron's probably not even top 10 offensive. I mean, like, he can shoot a jump shot. He can shoot a fadeaway. He can drive by you. He can shoot a 3. That's not LeBron. Like, Curry is arguably the best offensive player in the game. Durant's arguably the best offensive player in the game. The best one-on-one player is Harden. And Westbrook has been up there, but Carmelo Anthony at one point was just an offensive juggernaut.
And did he play defense? No, right?
No, come on. Let's not throw the D word around here.
Fine. But Melo, like, was popping. Like, he's averaging 17 points off the bench.
He's shooting a good 3-ball too. He's like at almost 50%.
Actually, no, I think he just started last game because of his performance lately.
And because LeBron is out.
And because LeBron is out. That's crazy, though. Melo, I don't know how Melo's popping off. Like, I mean, here's the thing, though. Shooters can get back like this, and they could break down like this. If they don't have the hot hand, they don't have it. If they do have the hot hand, they're on their streak right now.
Well, that's why guys like, although I don't know what's going on with Harden.
Thompson.
Harden is still struggling, but that's why guys like Durant, they're always going to drop 30 even in their sleep, because Durant, if he's missing 2 or 3 threes, guess what? He's going to drive by you. He could dunk it. He could shoot a fadeaway. He can do a lot of things. He can still dribble by you.
Shooter, though. He can't drive and dunk like crazy anymore.
Carmelo's just a shooter right now.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, Klay Thompson, well, he can dunk, but he can't consistently, like, drive by you and dunk because you got to pass it to him. That's his type of style, right? If Klay Thompson is hot, like, if he's, like, making his jump shots, you pass to him, he's on his game streak. And then if he, like, misses one game, then he's back to the slump, but then back on fire. With the drive-bys, that's on fire, injured. On fire, like, shooters don't get injured.
You know what's interesting? I just thought about something funny. So the Knicks usually have players, and when they leave the Knicks, you think they're washed up, they're done, their careers are over. And suddenly they go somewhere else, and they're still killing it. Like Derrick Rose, I know he's back now, he's doing pretty good, but he was killing it in Minnesota.
Yeah.
There's a couple of players, like, once they leave the Knicks, they find, like, another level of their career. They had Jamal Crawford at one point. Like, they've had a lot of players that just pass by there and just get better somewhere else. But look,
do you think Melo is going to be is there then? Like when he
I
left
mean,
the
well,
Knicks?
first of all, Carmelo was a beast when he was on the Knicks.
Exactly.
But it just didn't work out. There was a lot of drama there, and it just didn't work out with the front office.
But sometimes that can be true. They're washed up after they leave New York. Let's take Kristaps Porzingis, for example.
Kristaps is not looking good, and I think
He hasn't been since he joined that Mavericks team.
It's crazy because he could have been. Imagine if he was like the old Porzingis with Luka now.
That would have been unstoppable. It would have been a perfect fit. What would have been matter of fact, it would have probably.
Of course, a big man and a little guy. Hell yeah.
Yeah, but a big man that wants to shoot though.
Listen, still, he was a scorer. He was a good one-on-one player. But right now, Luka is doing that by himself.
And he's still winning by himself.
They got to get him another piece. I think Mark Cuban is a smart guy.
I think you got to trade Kristaps. It's over for him.
What is he worth? What's the point of trading him? They got to just find themselves another scorer. They got to look for somebody that's in the team.
He doesn't like it in Dallas, though.
Yeah, but he's got to look for somebody in a team that's like itching to get out. Like he's got to find that other star somewhere that's just
Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving.
The Ben Simmons saga.
But here's the thing.
It's just crazy.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. But Luka's a point guard.
Yeah, but Luka can. I feel like he could do anything. But
Ben Simmons
will not fit in there.
Maybe you could probably trade Kristaps for Ben.
No,
Ben at the 3.
No, Ben is a weird player. Ben is a good at the 1. He's a distributor. He's a good passer.
Luka at the 2 then, shooting guard. That's not even bad.
I don't know.
Luka plays anything actually.
I guess.
When he's out on the court and the coach says play point guard, he ends up looking like a shooting guard.
Yeah, but Luka's a beast.
That's his style. That's how he plays.
I think what I'm trying to say is he's got to look for like a CJ McCollum or like if a Bradley Beal was like not happy in Washington, that would have been a good addition. You know, like those type of guys is what I'm talking about. Like guys that are just out there that have no playoff hopes.
This was the piece. Like it was Kristaps. Like now, like you can't have like that's how it was back in the day, right? You couldn't have a point guard and a point guard. Like you had to have a big man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, Luka is showing us that he cannot have a big man, but he probably needs a guard though, such as CJ McCollum, as we see in Portland, how we have those 2 guards, Dame and CJ, right? So maybe if he has CJ, it'll help him.
Let's see. I mean, maybe they get draft picks or something, but they're not looking good. I don't know what's up with the Mavericks.
So pandemic Paul George over here.
What's up with that? So the Clippers and Paul George has also found the fountain of youth again.
Yeah. I mean, Paul George is averaging 26.7, 8.3 rebounds, 5.4 assists.
You know what's crazy?
Good numbers.
There was a time where the Clippers were like the number 1 team in basketball. Everybody thought they were going to win a championship.
With Kawhi.
And
they still can.
I mean, when's Kawhi coming back?
Next year.
That's crazy, right? So think about that.
But wait. They're still the same team.
Yeah, but it was just too... No, they're not the same anymore because they have
they
Montrez.
Did they have Harrell?
They had Harrell.
They had Lou.
They had Beverly. They had a squad, man.
Yeah.
They were the number 1 team, and then they choked against Denver without Murray.
3-1 lead. They had a 3-1
Like I really thought they were going to beat the Lakers that year, and they were going to go to the ship.
That was going to be a tough game. The Lakers versus Clippers, though.
So, everything seems to always work out for the Lakers.
Clippers had beaten them in Christmas. Lakers had beaten them there. It was going to be crazy, but Clippers choked against the Joker.
And it was specifically Paul George that choked the most because Kawhi was still dropping his 40.
Pandemic P.
That's crazy.
Speaking of the Joker, though, whoa, what's up with this? The Joker just pushed one of the toughest players, in my opinion, the toughest players in the NBA, or maybe he used to be because now he, follows with the flopping. He just shoots now. Markieff Morris got pushed.
Yeah, but what happened before that shove?
Okay, Markieff Morris ran into him, but you can't just stop when you're running full speed trying to make sure he doesn't do anything.
No, that was a dirty play too because he elbowed Jokic like in his armpit.
But you know what Shaq said? Shaq was like, don't turn your head, don't turn your back because you know what's going to come.
Exactly.
But you don't though because NBA players are going to be like, they're going to cry to the ref.
Yeah, but first of all, it was a cheap shot. And then he turned this back like he was innocent. So, listen, it's in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, but then Jokic kind of pushed him
hard.
Like, dude.
He tackled him.
Did his neck went back, I think?
Yeah, his neck snapped a little bit. He got injured. It was a bit of an injury. So,
wow.
I bet Jokic was not proud of that moment.
How can you push somebody so hard that they get injured?
Well, these
when they fall.
These guys are 7 feet tall and pretty strong and fast. So
Jokic is strong?
Yeah. Well, you think he's not?
No.
Oh, so you think if you don't look like Shaquille O'Neal, you're not strong?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Hello, Joel Embiid is pretty strong. I've seen him get into the fights as well.
First
He's aggressive.
of all, nobody in the NBA fights.
Yes.
Let's take that back, except some boxing match that we're about to talk
about.
Oh
yeah, that's just.
But speaking of boxing,
the boxing match, there are 2 retired players.
Yeah, but you know what? That Jokic thing got pretty serious because then Jimmy Butler was yelling, and then I saw a picture of them, the Miami Heat, waiting for the Denver Nuggets in the locker room area, looking like they wanted to fight in the hallway or something.
Oh my!
The other marquee,
the Jokic brothers are over here talking on Twitter.
Well, because the Morris brother, the other one, is gonna see the Joker in a week or two, and he was like, "All right, noted. I can't wait to see him," or whatever it was. So then the Jokic brothers were like, "Okay, you really sure you want to do that? Because you should leave it where it is." And those dudes look like they crazy too, from where they're from, Serbia or something like that.
I don't know.
Some place where you got to kill people to eat.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't know. Those Jokic brothers looking like his bodyguard or something. But
insane. At
the end of the day, the Joker ended up being soft again. He said, "I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to." Yada yada yada.
Yeah, but that's what he's supposed to say. I mean, let's face it. You can't just
So you think Shaq, if he had pushed somebody and they got injured, he would say the next day, "Oh, I am so sorry."
Yeah. He apologized because it was a dumb move. That was not a smart move by the Joker.
What should he have done? Complain to the refs?
I mean, he could have pushed him and that's it, but he went to tackle him.
He didn't tackle him either. He pushed him just hard, I guess.
He threw his shoulder at him with a lot of weight, and he pushed him really good.
Jesus.
But whatever, we're talking about a push here. So again, nobody in the NBA fights.
But let's talk about that boxing match though. So Frank Gore, an NFL player, right?
Jets.
Frank Gore, he sucked on the Jets.
Well, first of all, Frank Gore's a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
He was not as good in the Jets, but Frank Gore had a Hall of Fame career in the 49ers.
Oh, yeah.
So
True.
Frank Gore is not no bum.
Okay, yeah,
but who's he fighting?
He's fighting Deron Williams.
Deron Williams from the Utah Jazz and from the Brooklyn Nets.
I'm thinking Frank Gore's going to rock him.
Rock
him. Deron Williams is he's a point guard. He's small.
First of all, basketball players, there's no such thing as small.
Okay, fine.
I'm pretty sure he's taller than Frank Gore.
So you think a basketball player can knock down a football player who gets tackled pretty much for a job?
I don't know. All I know is that these guys are getting a nice little payday. That's really what it's about.
Of course. That's true.
But you know what? Deron Williams, like it or not, he's representing the NBA community. So
how?
We will see if NBA players can fight.
Oh, my gosh. But, Deron weighs 200. I bet Frank Gore weighs a 350.
No, stop. He probably weighs 200 as well. 220, something like that.
You think?
I'm pretty sure.
216. Fine, 216.
Oh, I was pretty good.
Okay, but still, I think Frank Gore, he gets tackled a lot. It hurts. Tackling in the NFL kind of hurts. And if you can have a Hall of Fame career in the most dangerous sport, or what's the most dangerous sport? Boxing or football?
Good question. I think
exactly.
Both.
Yeah. So complicated, but still, he's one of the most dangerous sports. He's doing that, and he still managed to actually survive it and have a Hall of Fame career.
That's true, and he's healthy enough to go boxing. So hey,
that's just what the heck, dude.
Not too shabby, shabby at all.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, no, it's been a great couple of weeks of the NBA as the NBA has started.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some really fun surprises out there. The Bulls continue to dominate. They keep doing highlights. I like the Hornets too.
The Hornets
LaMelo, are fun.
Mostly LaMelo.
LaMelo and Miles.
That's a good duo, honestly. Miles is underrated. LaMelo's
having an
just
MVP
about average.
year.
Yeah, he's having an MVP year. He's proving it. John Morant is doing pretty good too.
John Morant is also in the discussion for MVP. He's doing a good job too.
I think he's fourth in the MVP race.
That's crazy.
But yeah,
that is crazy. All right, let's wrap it up.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up for today. The NBA is off to a hot start. NBA, I am entertained, man. And next episode, we got an awesome surprise for you guys. It's going to be lit. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for listening.
Peace.